Gosling does not have the same nipple hair that Jack Nicholson does.
Do people find Jack Nicholson attractive? You know, I respect him as an actor and everything, but he's always kind of scared me visually.
Here's Johnny.
This year's been pretty trash, even for those of us that have been pretty lucky. It still feels good to see the date change. Glad that this year we've all come together and we have this. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Mike, Nick, everyone else.
We hate you.
Thank you.
You're not here. You're not committed.
Wait, you're drunk?
Sure.
Always.
The fuck am I doing? Get over here, whiskey. Come on, you're gonna help me
What is one realistic New Year's resolution that all of you guys are going to do? My New Year's resolution is to put on pants when I go outside to walk the dog.
I don't have one, so.
You don't have one? I just came up with mine on the fly.
I hope to conquer the YouTube algorithm and then become really successful and rich.
Mine, I think, is way more serious. I want to release a short film.
I want to try to release a 4-song EP or something.
Just shoot a music video, dude.
Yes.
We'll dance around
Speaking
the
of
bonfire.
shooting people, pedophiles, welcome to the Real Stupid Review Show.
That creep can roll, man.
Yeah, but he's a pervert, dude.
I am Gerardo. I am here with Cody, Izzy, Eddie, and the grand return of our Lord and Savior, Matt. Man. There was nothing Christmas about this, right?
I don't think this is Christmas.
Well, it's Chinatown. Directed by Roman Polanski. Horrible person, terrible person, the worst. Recommended by not the worst, the absolute best. Eddie, why did you recommend this picture to us? Please explain yourself.
I have always been a fan of the Rugrats detective game. And it's fun to watch. I assume it's fun to film, especially with just all the shadows and camera work. And I like the performances. Everything else about it was pretty fantastic. The relationship building, the sly nature of Jack Nicholson. He was the ultimate cool guy. It's said in the movie. You always think that you know exactly what's going on, but then you end up not knowing what's exactly going on, and that runs true pretty much to the end of the movie.
This movie took a lot of twists and turns and talked about a lot more modern issues than I thought would have been relevant. Very enjoyable. I agree that the cinematography was quite good. This ultimate cool guy in this movie, which really shows you a lot about our parents. Also, maybe Mike in this case too.
I wish he was here for this.
Poor Mike.
I love a noir detective vibe, and I particularly love a movie that gives the viewer some credit. They do a very good job of bringing you along through this journey. Everything is gorgeous. Also, all of the sets are incredibly well designed. The visuals of it are fantastic, and little nods back to earlier parts in the movie are so well done to where as you're watching it, you're constantly learning new things and drawing new conclusions. The couch detective, where you're also trying to figure things out, and if you're like me, you have a notepad open on your phone and you're notating every time albacore is brought up. It's not something that just unravels at a glance. It continues developing throughout the entire movie. Just brilliant.
This was my second watch. I think I've mentioned prior to this that I watched it about 8 years ago, and I was so drunk I could barely stand. Wow. I remembered so much more than I thought I did. It is gripping from beginning to end. I was never bored one time throughout this movie. No time is wasted. It gives you everything you need to know in the first 20 minutes of the movie, and then the rest is you trying to piece it together. Fantastic performances, and for me, I think we'll talk about this later. Some really great themes. It's great. I think it's a must watch. There's a reason why people say this is the best screenplay ever written.
Well, I'm going to be negative Nancy, Debbie Downer, I guess, to a certain extent. A lot of the things you just mentioned are great. The issue is it's tarnished by negative reputation of the director's own personal actions outside of the movie. Now,
Hey, really quick, G-Man. What rating did you give Happy Death Day? Because I'm pretty sure that
I gave everything a 5. So you have nothing against it. I give everything 5s. That's my saving grace. I give everything a 5.
I was just
this will probably get a 5 too. Spoiler alert, this will probably get a 5 too. The story itself goes in a direction that kind of, in a way, adds insult to injury with the extra context of the incidents. There are innocent bystanders in this, but it's a collaborative effort. So again, a film isn't made by one person. It's led by one person's vision. You know, the heinousness of that crime, it makes you feel kind of disgusting. At least for me personally, I could not really get past that. I do agree there are a lot of positives to it, just couldn't really let that go. Well, let's talk about cinematography. Is that natural? Is that a segue? Is that what we call a segue?
You never miss anything, but you also never get this like cutaway to a detail he missed, right? A lot of the time, they're also putting the camera behind him and looking over his shoulder or looking at his back. So you're able to always see what he's looking at, but you don't actually know what he's looking at. You would see his body language change and his course of action change. And he doesn't need to go, Eureka, albacore is this.
Do you guys remember the car gun chase scene in the Orange Grove zone? How fucking sick the over the shoulder camera moving with the car was.
It was really intelligent the way they did it. So it was very calculated, and it looked amazing. Again, cinematography, bringing it back around, baby. The last thing I just want to bring on cinematography before anyone else contributes.
Stop saying that word. It's
cinematography. What does it really mean? What does cinematography even mean?
Cinematography. Oh, Deacon's here.
I'm gonna mix script and themes real quick because I feel in my review and in a lot of what Cody said, we understand like what I meant. What's that? What's that symbol, you guys?
Illuminati.
Satanic. Some satanic cult shit.
No, it's the transition. It's transition.
Oh, I thought it was a rectangle. Okay. We're not gonna get into
Welcome
this.
To geography with RSRS.
Geography. God, it's all disintegrating.
Geometry.
Okay.
God, I'm so stupid. I barely graduated. Don't bully me, guys. We're professional reviewers.
And drink some fucking water, dude. Your brain.
Any scene where you see, let's say, Jack Nicholson's character, you just talk to someone. Specifically, I want to mention, before Chinatown is even mentioned, when Jack Nicholson goes to that garden with the saltwater pool, the way he talks and like looks at the Chinese man, it is not a pleasant one. You already know from the small interaction that he does not have a good history, let's say, in this case with Chinese people. Maybe he's a bit racist, maybe not, but you know there's something going on there. Slowly throughout the movie, you have like glimpses of that kind of shit. The way he, as Cody kind of says, the way he tackles like a conversation or a scenario. A lot of these things built up this character. We get glimpses of this Chinatown throughout the whole damn movie. We know something happened in Chinatown. He lost something in Chinatown. There was a battle that happened. And I don't mean like a battle as in like some big ass like shootout. I mean like definitely some internal shit going on that made him leave the force in the first place, right?
Since Stupidity was such a big hit, we're going to play a game called Real Stupid Phrases Chinatown. You want to do it after the review?
Yeah, let's wrap this up because
oh my God. We do it after the review. You're just going to cut it, man.
No,
I got to force it right in the middle so that some of my words make it in. Just insert like my face a little bit too zoomed in. Just like, and then just me reading a question and all of you guys groaning when I eventually give you the answer. So we're going to play Real Stupid Phrases Chinatown Edition. What do you call someone wearing a red nose in Shanghai?
A Chinaman.
Wearing a red nose. Wearing a red ball nose.
Rudolph. He's on vacation now.
That doesn't have anything to do with the movie. The answer has something to do with the movie in like a wordplay kind of way.
Nicholson?
Clown.
And where are they?
In the circus.
China clown. All right.
That is horrible.
What do you call a serpent who catches cheating spouses?
Snake Nicholson.
Ooh, is that it?
It's a rhyme.
Jake the Snake?
What is Jack Nicholson's character's name? You motherfuckers!
Gettys.
Pull up the IMDb page.
J.J. Gettys. Gettys?
The answer is Snake Gittes. That one was easy.
Oh, I said Jake the Snake.
Jake made more
You said it rhymed. You said it rhymed. I was like, Jake the
Jake.
Snake. Come on.
Snake.
That one.
What do you call the head of the LA Water Department when he speaks quietly? None of you guys remember that character's name. It's Russ Whisperburton because the character's name was Russ Yellburton. Like he yells. You guys really let me down here.
You're giving us a lot of credit that you thought we would even remember the names. Which
none
I
of
appreciate.
us knew. None of us knew this was going to happen.
Hopefully Cody comes back because we're reeling it in. Matt, hopefully you have a hat somewhere in your proximity. This is we do ratings.
I am the aforementioned Eddie. How's it going, guys? The behind the scenes things involving this movie, I think it's a pretty damn good one. It's shot beautifully. The sound is very sound with any other spy movie that you would think. I believe this is one of the beginning golden oldies of spy films, which everything nowadays bases itself off of. Jack Nicholson is hot in it. We get to see some Jack Nicholson nipple.
Jack Nicholson.
Hey, how was that one?
I got that one.
5.
This movie is excellent from start to finish. The pacing is ideal, almost, I would say perfect. As we've said before, there's not really a wasted moment of screen time. Every shot is beautifully cinematographically fantastic. And it's hard to find things to complain about in this film. It's a 5 out of 5, easy.
If you look up the accolades that this movie has received, I think it really earns all of that. It's a perfect runtime. It's a perfect pacing. It's not spoon feeding you information, but it's also not leaving you out in the dark so that it can have some Sherlock Holmes eureka moment where the character figures out something with a bunch of information you never knew. Throughout the entire movie, I didn't have like one conclusion that was right or wrong. I had so many in my head, and this one's moving past this one, and this one's being eliminated, and this one's popping up, and it gives you all these moving parts. It was a very engaging movie to watch. This is as good of a script and as good of a pacing and as good of a mystery noir as I've ever seen, and I think maybe that can be made 5 out of 5.
I'm glad I rewatched it because, as I said before, I was drunk off my ass the first time I watched this. Chinatown is thoroughly enjoyable.
Time for some cinema talk.
Shut the fuck up, Cody.
All right, look, thoroughly enjoyable from beginning to end. Like, this is probably there has to be another the noir movie. For now, it's the noir movie I'm going to think about when I think detectives besides Sherlock Holmes. A fantastic script. Nothing is wasted. Decent soundtrack. I'll change it to decent because Matt, some good shit. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Just all around fantastic movie. Just personally, I can never get over the fact of the negative context behind it, and then now realizing that he pushed for the said current ending, it gives an even darker tone that just I can't really overlook. So as a film, it is a 5 out of 5. Honestly, I do agree this is fantastic. Morally, I give it a 1 just because I don't think I'm probably going to revisit it for that reason, just because I'm not a fan of Roman Polanski and what he did.
All right, guys.
I'm not in Chinatown.
2020 is over.
Half empty.
Rest in peace.
2020 is over, you guys. A lot of really shitty things happened,
Rest in
but
peace, MF Doom.
also a lot of good things happened. So I mean, at the end of the day, just make sure that you and yours are always in the best possible way. Support the ones that you love.
Keep it real,
don't
dog.
support the ones that you don't. Keep it real, dog. And please remember, be kind to one another. You never know who you're gonna have along the way.
That's exactly how we
Bye.
get it out.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys real soon. Goodbye.
Oh, jeez. Sounds real good.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Kind of funny looking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't you know it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that man a real piece of shit. That man a real piece of work.
We're in Minnesota mode. How did everyone find the cultural take on Minnesota?
I mean, for me, it didn't get old because it was done so damn well.